Welcome into the Desert Vibe. Here we go again. I'm Glenn Gardner. Jamie Ray is here, and Melissa Farley is with us, along with Marshall. And these two folks do on the morning show. Is it's on themorningshow.com is where you can find them. And there's all kinds of clues in that title as to what they do. If you want to dissect it, kind of like you used to diagram a sentence back in school, if they made you do that, and they did make me do that, along with my slide rule, goes when I was back in school there. So they do a morning show, which happens in the morning. Generally, is when you have the morning show. They are the host and the hostess, or co-hosts, is depending on how you like to categorize yourselves. And you can find the show online. And again, it's on the morning show, and it's a .com, right? .com.
Right.
You can look for it there. And I guess I'd like to start by also saying that Walt is on assignment this morning. We have yet to assign what he's supposed to be doing, but he is on assignment. It's very secret, top secret, as a matter of fact. And when we find out what exactly that assignment is, we will inform everybody else.
Yeah, because we don't know either.
We have no
Idea.
we're in our usual state of cluelessness, but ignorance is bliss, and that, along with always leave them wanting less, are my show business mottos. But anyway, let's start out just by how did you guys this show? Just to kind of my read on what you guys do is you are really kind of like funnels. You take a lot of what's happening in the community, distill it down, and offer people a glimpse into some of the real positivity and some of the efforts that are underway. I think overall, macro, just that make this place a better place to live. People and things that they do that make this a better place to live, as opposed to what I do, which is I try to drag that bar down consistently. But
Doing a great job.
Thank you. I've heard that so many. I can't tell you how many times I've heard
Oh
that, and
my
it
gosh.
warms my cold heart.
So are you to
Um,
look at the notes we have today? It's all about you, Glenn.
this is true. Yes,
Gloomy Glenn.
yes,
Gloomy
Gloomy
Glenn.
Glenn, you brought the cloud.
yeah, yeah. But so how did you guys bring this whole thing to fruition? This is not easy stuff to do. Do you have media backgrounds? Were you in radio or TV, or how did this all
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah. So a little bit of kismet and a little bit of just history. So I was a corporate journalist with the Arizona Republic and USA Today for 10 years.
For people
And
that don't know, those were these things called newspapers.
yeah,
They would kill a tree, and then they would throw ink upon it,
yep.
which would form words, and people would read it. So you were doing content in that format.
Yeah. And to date myself, so I helped AZ Central like build their very first Facebook account and launch their mobile app and that kind of stuff. So right
Okay.
when digital was starting to happen was kind of,
So was this like
the
15, 20 years ago, something like that, or
Yeah, yeah,
okay?
yeah, 15 years ago. And so, we used to do a really good job of spotlighting and bringing kind of attention to small businesses, local businesses, and then as publishing kind of became what it was, we kept losing staff and resources, and we weren't able to do that anymore. And so we wanted to continue to be able to elevate those local voices. And it was kismet in the sense that we have a very good friend, Tony, that runs a social app called Local Buzz, and
Right.
you've probably seen their bee stickers
Yep,
everywhere all over
yep.
town. And for whatever reason, Tony, in his weird, fantastical little mind, was just always like, Marshall and Melissa would be so fun
Right.
together.
They should do a show together.
So did you
And
guys
so,
know each other at that point, or just kind
We
of,
did.
or
We actually knew each other from a board that we had been on
yeah,
that kind of went south, and so we stuck it through together. And
we
so
went down with the sinking ship,
right,
basically. Yeah.
exactly. And so that was the thing. And so, but we kept our sense of humor, and just kept talking. And so it's like there was obviously an instant connection there.
Yeah. And so we did a video just on social media, and then there was somebody else in the community, Oscar de La Salas, that saw us, was on the board for 2 Second Media, 726 Studios, which is actually who produces our show. And he was like, these guys gotta do the
Right.
morning show. Like they're your hosts. And
Right.
so we came in and we tried it. We didn't know what to expect. We were kind of like, okay, we'll just see what happens. And then we pretty quickly just fell in love with it and thought it was so
Right.
amazing that every day we got to connect with these really incredible
Well,
people. And
right. And learn about why they do what they do.
yeah.
And in some cases, it's also learning about just the community. I mean, it's like we bring
Mhm.
people in. I mean, we've had equine therapy on, we've had all kinds of amazing things on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so it's been a really kind of great chance to highlight the energy that's going on right now in Arizona.
Maybe the kind of almost it's almost like the downfall of some traditional media was your opening.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I mean, I think what we've come to understand, right? And this is true everywhere, everybody's realizing this is media is so much more accessible now because everyone has these tools to be able to do this. But what we know is happening is not everybody gets storytelling. Not everybody gets doing something with heart. And that's kind of where Marshall and I really shine is we still bring in the storytelling components and having kind of these deep meaningful connections with people when we bring them into the studio. And one of our core tenets, like one of our values is joy. I mean, we
Right.
purposely want to create joy and fun for people because it's a hard world, and we want people to have a place where they feel seen and safe and understood and accepted and joyful. And so that's always one of our missions when
Right.
people come into our space is to feel that.
And that's one thing we keep coming back to is it joyful? Then okay, then it's on brand.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a
Mhm.
litmus test for you guys is kind of what's the joy level in this endeavor, and let's put it
Yeah.
out there.
And we talk to people that like won't, they're not going to be able to pay the, $2,000 to get on Sonoran Living, or they wouldn't even be worthy of an interview on a major, news channel. Like we're talking to a lot of people that are just getting going. We had a guest, this was so cool. She started a company making bread because we invited her on the show. Like she literally was kind of doing it as a hobby. And then because we
Wow.
came on the show, talk about your bread. She like formed this company and has been selling out, and
Yeah.
it's been
Doing all
awesome.
kinds of markets. I mean,
Wow.
Mari, we've had her on several times. She is a 13, actually now
I
14,
know.
15. I
Yeah.
know she's been kind of growing up on the show about she is a young entrepreneur and she keeps throwing and casting the net, finding more young entrepreneurs and elevating them as well. So it's great to see what people are doing to create energy and to give back to the community.
Yeah.
Well, I know Jamie Ray's got several questions because, well, I know.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
that's I missed my calling in life,
Oh,
reporting.
I know.
You know what I want to know from you too, because you're very in the community and you just love the people, and I love that about you. That's why I know I hounded you for I don't know how long to get on your show because you guys just make it so Arizona and so loving, and you're just so for everybody. I don't think I've ever seen either one of you without a smile. And Melissa, I know you've got some things. I follow you, but you are just so uplifting and so positive. So what I want to know from you is that Arizona has such a creative community, and what do you feel makes it so unique here in Arizona?
Hmm. I mean, it's representative of the desert, I would say. I mean, our people, our talent have a lot of grit, in a place where it can be really hard to thrive and to kind of rise above mediocrity. You have these people that are really just passionate about what they do and fall in love with the art and the process. And that's always been something that I
Mm.
value in people is, I'm not interested in talking to you if you're chasing money. Like I want to talk to you because you're creating something because that's what drives you, and I feel like
Hmm.
Arizona
Hmm.
has so much of that. And as an actor, I was an actor for 25 years. I would go out to LA and it was nasty. I mean, people would compete with you. Sitting in those audition waiting
Yeah.
rooms was uncomfortable and weird. In Arizona, it's not like that. Like we all help each other. We all like,
Yeah.
oh, there's this role. I don't think I'm gonna get it, but you should audition for. Like it's just different.
Hmm.
We're just more of a when the what is that expression? Rising all tides or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it's just that, That's what I feel about Arizona.
Walt calls it the great creative co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
About the layers. I mean, the desert has so many layers in it. And so many people think that, oh, Phoenix, Arizona, it's the newest state of the Union. And so they think there's not much here. But once you start digging down and getting into that substance, you find so many cool stories and so many people who came here to reinvent themselves and have done just that and gone on and changed the world. And so I'm always amazed. I turn around and I keep finding stories. I'm like, why are we not talking about this on a daily basis?
Mm.
So that's one of the things
Yeah.
this kind of show gives opportunity to do is let's highlight, let's shine a light on what makes the desert living great.
Yeah.
And what
Yeah,
brought you
and you guys do
guys?
a great job with that.
What brought you guys here? Or are you one of the three people that were actually born here?
I am. Yeah.
There,
I
you're the
am. I'm
one.
I'm I'm one of
Yeah.
them.
There's okay. So you're from here, and
Yeah.
you just
And
stayed here. Other than you went to LA obviously and did some other stuff, but
yeah, my whole family and my husband's whole family lives here. We're both only children, so like staying
Oh,
here to be, supporting them is important to us, but we travel a lot. But honestly, like, yeah, I love Arizona. Arizona is my home. I'm very proud to be from Arizona. It's in my blood. But you
Indeed,
are not. Yeah.
I am not from here. I grew up in the Midwest in a small farm town and then became a librarian in New York City. And I
ah,
did that for about a
wow.
decade and got tired of being pushed from neighborhood to neighborhood. And it's like, well, it's either buy something or go for an adventure. And like Melissa being the only child, it was like, my parents moved from Midwest to the desert. And it was like, why don't we go spend some good times with them while we still can? Because I didn't want to be on that midnight flight going, oh my God, I can't get
Yeah.
there fast enough.
right.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
there's no one else I can like delegate anything to. It's like it brought me to Arizona. And I started working in a little library in South Phoenix. And people are like, oh my God, you work in a really bad neighborhood. And I get there and I'm like, neighborhood, there's these cute bungalows. I mean, I came from New York, some really bad neighborhoods.
Let
And
me
so
tell you about a bad neighborhood, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's exactly what it was like. And I started learning about Arizona through the residents of the community. And so for me, Arizona was all about the stories. And that just never stopped, telling those
Yeah.
Arizona stories.
Marshall,
And
where
that's
where
I
in the Midwest?
I'm Indiana,
Okay.
oh,
Okay.
that
a
is
little
very
farm town
Midwest.
right between. So if you threw a dart between Indianapolis and Chicago, you would hit this little town called Odell of like 25 people.
Uh-huh.
And that's where I'm from.
Like
My
right
family
off
were the
of
Mormons. We
Interstate
got
80
related to
there.
everybody. Everyone else was related to everybody else
Yep.
except
We
And
used to
there you
wear
have it.
overalls and chew buckwheat on a daily basis. That was
I
the
can
soul.
I can see that. I can totally see
I
that.
love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
So
You
Marshall,
know what I
do you dress yourself?
do? He does.
I do. And it's funny because when I was a kid, I got dressed for emotion. I'd be like, oh, these pants I got for Christmas from my grandparents. Oh, this sweater vest, I remember getting this. And so it made me feel good. And I would go towards the door and I'm like, you're going out like that? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay.
Because Marshall, that look does not scream rural Indiana.
It does
You
not.
know,
Not.
it just does not. But so and that obviously because every time I've seen you, and it's only been a few times, but you're always interestingly dressed, and you almost look like a walking painting, or you know what I mean. So is there a deeper meaning other than what you just described to us,
Well,
to
that's why he's the hip historian.
how you
You know, actually,
assemble.
actually, so there was a period in my life where I would say I was goth. I wore lots of black.
Oh,
And that was, for me, emblematic of my emotional state at that point. And so once I came out of that, there was about a good 20 years where I was not allowing myself to wear anything black. Belts, shoes, pants. I could not own a single piece of black clothing. And living in New York at that time as well was really hard because everybody wears black in New York. And I
Right.
refused to wear black. And so,
And and I'm assuming too, I mean, just kind of from what I see online and whatnot, that it's become a signature part
mm.
of your persona.
it has become very much a signature to the point where I have artists create things for me.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
It's shirts,
that
things like
is
that.
cool.
So yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I'll put something together for you, and you're going to want to go back to the
No.
black. You will
Yeah.
gravitate right back to all black. I guarantee.
If you get anything from Glenn, just put return to sender and just send it right
Don't
there.
even open the box. Yeah. Yeah. So how did you meet? Well, other than Jamie Ray badgering you ceaselessly, did you guys? You know what's weird is I think Jamie Ray and Melissa, you guys could be sisters.
You think?
I've heard that. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I
Are
love
you?
that.
Are you sisters?
I
We
don't know.
are. We don't tell people really, but yeah.
Because you're
She's
from
not really an
Arizona.
only
You're from
child.
Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I love Melissa though. I from the moment I spoke to her before I even met her in person, I just was in love with her. When I saw the show and Marshall just cracks me up all the time. And it's amazing to me when you asked if they were from Arizona, I was expecting it to be opposite because Marshall, you are so knowledgeable about Arizona. I would have never thought that you were not born and raised here.
He was
So,
like, and Melissa
I,
knows nothing. So
Yeah.
well,
And
Jamie Ray doesn't know as much as Marshall does, so
and
I
you
learned
become
something
known
from
as
him.
the hip Arizona historian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my
Um,
moniker, the hip
Yep.
historian.
the hip historian, and the first thing I thought was, oh, he has a new hip too. Um, but I think it's probably has more to do with your knowledge of things Arizona would be my guess. So have you made
Well, I
it
like to
your
focus on the weird, the quirky, the stuff that we're not talking about a lot. So
the
it's finding
Ripley's
those.
Believe It or Not stuff, or
Oh,
Yeah.
completely. Yeah.
yeah, and you have to be of a
Yeah.
certain age to even understand what I just said. See, that used to be a thing where they would feature.
You know what Ripley's Believe It or Not is? Okay.
Okay,
I never know what people know or don't know. So,
well,
yeah,
they
it
saw.
was generally located next to the Wax Museum, if that gives you any.
Yeah,
oh, indeed. Yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know the Wax Museum. I've never been there. It closed down long before I got here, but
Well, the Wax Museum in Arizona would be tough because it gets so hot.
right.
Wouldn't work.
It'd be
Wouldn't
melting,
work.
It'd be
and
really fun to go to. Everybody getting like the bad fake jobs of just kind of drooling.
they'd all look like a
We could
Dolly
have
painting.
it could be the plastic surgery of the wax figures
There you
in
go.
Arizona.
So,
Bad
Mark,
plastic surgery.
let me ask you, Mark, what is your favorite piece of Arizona lore? Do you
Mm.
have a favorite weird, biggest ball of twine, whatever?
I don't. I actually knew a guy up in Moon Valley who was disappointed. He thought he was buying one of the largest collections of barbed wire, but he found out it was reproduction barbed wire.
Oh, that
And
got to be a bummer right there. That's got to be a bummer.
he was so disappointed.
I can't even imagine.
I bet.
How would one even know? How would one tell if it's a reproduction of a barbed wire or a barbed wire?
I mean, I guess amongst barbed wire collectors, there you go.
There it is. Yeah. Did he eventually get over it though? Is there a happy ending to the story? You know.
Did he get the real thing?
Passed away and his family scraped his
Oh,
land. of all the treasures
Ah,
he collected. So
that's a sad end right
Oh,
it,
there.
that's sad
quite a
ending.
bad ending.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, but here I'll say this. I'm not the historian, but um you guys should go play in Oatman, Arizona, where the donkeys rule the town. That
Should
is one of,
should
Oh,
we?
yes.
yes, it
Oh
is
my
so
gosh,
fun.
yes.
They have a
Oh, I
saloon
love little
and
donkeys.
and literally donkeys are everywhere. They can go inside the businesses. They're all over the
Oh, I
roads.
love that.
If you can fit one in your truck or in your van, you can take one home. You're welcome to
Oh,
bring
I
the
love
dog.
that.
Talk about a
Oh, I
bonus.
love that. You know
Yeah.
Well,
what?
and it's also right
Speaking,
there on Route 66, which is
Yeah.
celebrating 100 years. So just go
yes.
anywhere along Route 66 and you're celebrating Arizona history right there.
And is this
Yeah,
where
that's
that
true.
donkey town is? Is it up along
Yeah,
66
it's
or?
up
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
yeah.
it's off Route 66.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm
That's
gonna
cool.
have to
Speaking of music, though, Glenn, they don't actually, Glenn, that would be a good place for you to play. You always want farm animals in your rider. You've
Donkeyville.
always got.
There you
Yeah.
go.
You could ride
Speaking
in
of music,
along with
though,
the town playing, sitting on the
Yeah.
back of the donkey.
That's your new thing.
That'd be good for my ailing back, I'm sure.
Yeah.
we,
You know, those
we
are
talk
Chiropractor the
about
other day
music.
said, "You know what you should do? You should be taking a donkey ride." I'm thinking. I looked at your X-ray. Donkey ride.
That's solid
That
advice.
would
I would
that might
trust that
work.
doctor
Donkey
'That
100%.
ride.
might work.
Yeah.
Listen, we talk about music here on the Desert Vibe a lot. It's what started the show. And since you brought music up, I wanted to ask both of you what local businesses or music venues or what do you think builds the music community here in the Valley and what is your favorite venue here in the Valley?
I'd say venue is a really interesting question because it keeps evolving. I mean, you have
It
those
does.
stalwarts of local, like Crescent Ballroom, Valley
Hmm.
Bar, things like that. But I was recently over at a space on 24th Street and Van Buren, and it's the old Giro paint factory. And they
Oh,
converted that. There's now a coffee shop in there, as well as on the second floor. There's a full recording studio that they have put
oh
in
wow.
soundproof floors and everything else, and in the process of creating a stage. So I think that kind of shows you have kind of those that have been around forever, but you have new spaces opening up all the time.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds really cool. I didn't know about that place.
Yeah, it's new. It's brand new. And we're right across the way from Walter Studios,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm.
which is really
Right.
phenomenal and super weird. I grew up, my ex-husband was a rave DJ and producer. Like we traveled all over and he would play and so I miss like Ice House, venues
Mm.
like when we used to go to raves there and desert parties are phenomenal. But now I like, my friends are in a band called Farmer Wilson and they were playing out at
Love them.
the old flour mill
Yeah.
in Tempe, and I was like that's what I love, like when you bring music to places that already exist and then people get to experience that place in a new way. I think
Yeah.
that's yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have
What?
Yeah.
which here is celebrating world global music right here in the Valley of the Sun. And I just saw this coming weekend they're doing this electronic music festival.
Yep.
Hmm.
Sounds really interesting. So I might go do some
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very fortunate here, and we've got an incredibly vibrant, creative scene, and that's what a lot of this show has been wrapped around since we started doing it almost a year ago now. But we're gonna let you go here real soon. But before we do, I'd like to know what's next for you guys. Do you have your sights set on anything in particular, or just keeping that ball rolling? Or
What about the fair?
I mean, it's all about pushing outside of your comfort zone. And so, like right now, so the Arizona State Fair has new folks running it. It has a brand new
Mm.
head of the fairgrounds itself. And so, with that, the former assistant of the state fair is now the director of the state fair.
okay,
And so the new director came in and he was like, okay, Arizona State Fair, where's the history?
Mm.
And they were like, we don't know, but we know someone who does. So I'm in the middle of basically they're creating a new stage in the shopping pavilion that is going to focus on Arizona talent.
Oh, that's
And
very
so, and
cool.
so the beautiful thing with that is I've been reaching out to friends who are jugglers,
Mm,
still waters, things like that, to really kind of bring in almost that circus or that old-timey fair feel.
yeah, very cool.
So that's been a lot of fun. Or reaching out saying, okay, I know some folks, but who do you know? And so, and again, meeting some really cool folks.
That's
That's
that
awesome.
that is a really cool thing. So is that going to be
It's going
kind
to be
of
a lot of fun.
is that going to be under the morning show umbrella, or is that just something?
That is under me as the hip historian doing that.
Okay. Okay.
So,
He
Well,
doesn't
that's
like to
really
share
cool.
the goods. He keeps the good stuff for himself over
Oh,
there.
I totally understand because Jamie Ray does the same thing. You know,
Like,
when
hello.
she's got a gig at like a check cashing place, she'll call me and she'll say, "Hey, how would you like to open for me at the title loan and check cashing place this weekend?" I'm like, "Ah, that sounds like fun."
In
You know.
2030, because
Yeah.
I'm booked out.
Yeah, she's but I'm going to be playing, I'll be playing the Arizona Financial Theater. I won't need you for that date, but you know,
Just
yeah.
letting you know.
Just putting it on your radar.
but there's an outhouse out behind that. Yeah, that's got
Perfect.
an opening.
That's perfect for Glenn.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, I played it
Perfect.
actually. I've been there before. But hey guys, thank you so much for joining us.
I get to say
So wait a minute, you forgot. Yeah, that was just what's going on for me. It's like Melissa's got her
Oh,
own
I
I
I
was
stuff.
gonna
thought you got
say,
something
what about
too.
Melissa? That is not
Yeah.
fair.
I was
All
like, wait a
right.
minute, don't be ending so soon.
All
Melissa's got
right.
big news.
so I am yeah, I've actually got a couple different things going on. It's not as tightly unified as Marshall's, but I am going to be launching a new brand, a new company that I'm super excited about, and it's going to be a lot of experiences and events. And so it's focused on extending kind of what we do with the joy and the fun here and taking that as an invitation to grown-ups to play and discover and explore and live in the present right now. And
So
so,
these are in-person things. This
yep,
is
they're going
not
to
like
be
a
in
virtual.
person. Yep, in-person experiences. So I've got a whole series of those that are going to be coming out. I'm also writing a book that is about it always freaks people out. I'm writing a book about death, but it's going to be
But you're
very,
alive.
but I'm alive. Yeah. But it's going to be very funny and educational and insightful. And I'm also launching a podcast, a companion podcast to go with the book. And I'm super pumped about that. And then the other thing I just found out that I'm super excited about is I have signed on for a feature film called Eben Goes Astral. It's a sci-fi film.
Hey,
And we're going to be filming in New Orleans, kind of in the late winter. And I'm
that's
at New
very
Orleans
cool.
is going to have such great energy, and we'll get to do some stuff here in Phoenix too. So it'll
That's
be
neat.
really
Did
cool.
that come from your past life in LA and
So
all
there's
that?
a
Or?
woman here. She used to live in New Orleans, but her name's Rory Schmidt, and she is an author, but she writes historical fiction mainly. And
Hmm.
she had wanted to do a book trailer for her most recent book, and I was like, she kind of pitched me like a PowerPoint presentation, and I was like, no, 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 like we're not. And we ended up making this really cool film. We filmed at the historical Rosin House in Phoenix,
Yeah.
and it's like a ghost story. And she loved that experience so much. And her brother is kind of famous, and works with the Duplass brothers a lot. So they wanted to do a feature film. And so she brought me in on this project after how well the last one
How
went. So
awesome is that? That's
yeah,
Yeah.
great. That's
yeah.
Yeah.
great.
Very
All
cool.
right. Well,
Excited for you.
yeah. Good luck with all that, both of you guys. And again, a big thank you to Melissa Farley and to Marshall Shore. And continued success with the morning show, and you can find that at onthemorningshow.com. And it's really a neat concept, and I encourage everybody to check it out. So we're going to send you off into the virtual ether here, and but we'll look for you in person soon. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again, and thanks to Jamie Ray for encouraging you guys to pop on here. So thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, thank you.
Hopefully
Thanks,
you'll have
guys.
fun Walt by then, the next time we
Yes, he's
Yeah,
he's
we'll
doing
send a
big
search.
things.
We'll send a search party out. Thank you guys. Well, Really interesting.
Yeah, they're cool.
They got a lot going on. I
They
mean,
do. They're very busy people.
well, speaking of stuff going on, it is the portion of the program where we find out what is vibing in the desert, and there just happens to be a picture of said desert right behind Jamie Ray as we speak.
Yes,
So,
there is.
what
Yes,
is
there
a
is.
vibing in the desert, my dear?
So Arizona's music scene is alive and well, and there's never been a better time to get out there and support local musicians, whether you're looking for an artist or a stage for to play your music. Um, there's a lot of opportunities here across the valley. Right now, though, if you're looking for a place to just play or just discover local talent, a few open mics in the valley. There's some new ones, but ones I think are worth checking out that we haven't talked about is the Yucca Tap Room in Tempe. Actually, I think we've mentioned it a couple
Yeah,
times,
and
but
they've been around for a long time, but
for so
it's
long.
always good to circle around and revisit places.
It
And
is because they have just such a welcoming acoustic performer series on their open mic nights. I think it's Monday nights,
it is, and
and
it tends to be kind of a younger
it
audience
does.
because it starts later, which
7:30 is sign up. So
you
yeah.
know, and I'm already asleep 3 or 4 hours by then. So
Yeah, but it is one of Arizona's longest running
yeah,
live music venues. So it's a great place and they do have live music all the time too. So it's a great place to check out. Another place, Glenn, I know you I think recently have played there. Fiddler's Dream Coffee House.
Fiddler's Dream is one of those venues where a lot of people got their feet wet in
Yeah,
the Phoenix music scene. They've been around for 35 years.
right.
And their niche, and it's a very unique niche, not only here in Phoenix but nationally and internationally. It is a totally acoustic venue.
Right.
No microphones, no amplifiers. It is you and an instrument with no amplification, and I played there just
Just recently.
yeah, they do scheduled entertainment on
Hmm.
Friday and Saturday, and they've got an open stage on Thursday.
Thursdays, yeah.
So I had a gig there, but maybe about 2 weeks ago, on a Friday night. And what's interesting is as a gigging musician, is having the chance to play in front of an audience with no amplification,
Yeah.
which is a very different kind of ball game.
It is. It is. It's like
Um,
busking out on the corner.
It's really different. But if you look back at the history of Fiddler's Dream, and they're located on Cactus Run
Hmm.
Drive, they're on the property of the Quaker organization here in Phoenix, the Friends
Hmm.
Meeting House, which is kind of like at 17th and Glendale, right off the 51, and they have hosted. If you look back at their history, and they've been around about 35 years now, give or take a little bit. I mean, everybody from Dave Van Ronk
Hmm.
to, I mean, if they were or are a name in the folk world, they have
They have
played,
played
and I'm
there.
talking about nationally, internationally. They've played at
Yeah.
Fiddler's Dream. So sometimes these venues that have been around for a long time, we tend to almost take for granted.
Hmm.
But that's one that you really need to check out if you haven't checked it out. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, for
just a
sure.
special place.
For sure. And they have some great singer-songwriters that show up on their Thursday open mic. So it's a great place. And if you're looking for something a little different, I know we talk about the chill room a lot, that's a kava bar. The Lighthouse Kava Bar in Tempe hosts a Thursday night open mic also. And they actually feature music, comedy, poetry, and storytelling. So that's a fun one. It's different. It's a kava bar. And that is a different generation type crowd too, but it's a lot of fun and different. So if you're looking for different, that's one of the places to go. And we didn't talk about it yet because I don't know where he is. Maybe he's still in Tempe, but Walk-In Wednesdays is back in session. August 5th was the first night, and it was a great turnout. Always a great turnout,
It
but
was massive, yeah.
starting earlier than normal, it was yeah, it was pretty huge, especially when we don't have some of our people that are, winter visitors that aren't back yet. We still had a great full house last night. A lot of
Yeah.
and some new people. We had new people. Secret Harbor was there. I don't know if you knew him before, but Michelangelo. I met him a few years ago in Mesa at the festival there, and I've been following him ever since. And if you have not seen Secret Harbor, he is a great entertainer.
They
He's a
rock
lot
it.
of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they actually they do kind of sea shanty stuff. And
Yes.
what's
Yeah.
interesting is, my first assumption was, "Oh, which coast are you from?" They're doing music about the ocean. I said, no, I'm from Phoenix. I was born
Yep.
here and raised
No.
here. And I'm like,
Isn't that crazy?
what? And then I went into the Coast Guard, and I'm like, the Coast Guard? Where? Lake Pleasant, or where are you at the Coast Guard here? But they are a super band, and we
Yeah.
should mention while we're talking about some open mic places that Emma and James Madison, who help us a lot on the various aspects of putting this podcast together and punching it out there, they did a great review of I think James did it actually, a great review of Sozo,
Yeah.
which
I
you can
saw that.
find on the website and on the Facebook page and whatever, at the desertvibepodcast.com, and very extensive,
Yeah.
and a lot of background on that open mic. So there certainly is,
Yeah.
it may be still summer, although summer's waning, because I noticed all the school kids are back in Phoenix this week. So
Yeah.
we're getting there, folks. For
We
those of
are.
us who are
We are.
sweating through the summer here, we're getting there.
I'm glad you brought up Emma and James in the blogs because they were speaking about it last night. I think you had already left by the time they got up, but they were talking about it, and they've got some great reviews on there. We've been reading them, and they're just it gives you all the information you need for the open mics on and they actually go perform at them, so they've got more, input on what actually goes on than just showing up and seeing it. They actually get on the stage, perform, and then write about it. So they've got a lot of great information on there
Yeah,
for the open mics. And I think they're doing one on TCA now.
oh, great. That's a lot. That a really good perspective. So
Yeah, it is.
check that out. Get out there, do something, play something, be part of the community, be part of the scene. It's easy to do here in Arizona. Jamie Ray, thank you so much. For
Thank
Walt
you.
Richardson, I'm Glenn Gardner. This is the Desert Vibe. This is the piece where Walt usually says something uplifting and spiritual. So that, I guess, would fall upon me. So I'm going to say, rub-a-dub-dub, eat yourself some good grub. Peace out.
Peace out.